Standing above the clouds at 6 stories tall, Bishop Baraga looks down upon the Lord's faithful followers. This is the story of a very fascinating man. This is the story of the Snowshoe priest. Bishop Frederick Baraga was born on June 29, 1797, in the castle Malavas in the northern part of Slovenia. He was born into a wealthy family, and by the time he was 9 years old, he was already fluent in French, German, and Slovenian. Unfortunately, by age 14, he would be orphaned. He would go on to study law at the University of Vienna, and he would end up graduating with extremely high honors. After he graduated, he would decide to study priesthood. On December 31st of 1830, he would arrive in the United States. His first mission would be established in 1833 on the shores of Lake Michigan, in the present-day town of Harbor Springs. Soon after, he would move his mission to the Grand River, near present-day Grand Rapids. He would move his mission again in 1835 to La Ponte, and in 1843, he would move his mission to Leanza on Lake Superior. By the mid-1840s, he had established missions all along the Great Lakes. During the summer months, he would travel by canoe or by foot, and during the winter, he would travel by snowshoe. This is how he got the nickname, the Snowshoe Priest. He would travel hundreds of miles in Michigan's famously harsh winters to visit his missions all across the Great Lakes. But his most famous and well-recognized contributions to the state would be in that of the Upper Peninsula. During the mid-19th century, the Upper Peninsula, especially in the Keweenaw County, had become famous for its copper and iron mining and smelting industry. This attracted work from a lot of immigrants who were coming to the United States. Bishop Baraga would take these immigrants into his flock, and he was instrumental in helping establish churches across the UP. However, his most important contribution may be that to the indigenous peoples of the region. Bishop Baraga would fluently learn the languages of many natives of Michigan, including the Chippewa and Ottawa. He would write dictionaries of their language, translating them into English, some of which are still used to this very day. In 1832, his very first native prayer book was printed in Detroit in the language of the Chippewa. His work with the Ojibwe, Ottawa, Chippewa tribes, and the immigrants in the Upper Peninsula would lead to him becoming the very first bishop of Michigan's Upper Peninsula. He was consecrated in Cincinnati on November 1st of 1853. Until 1866, Sault Ste. Marie would be his sea city. He would move it to Marquette, which was a much more central location and a city that was a lot more accessible. Bishop Baraga would pass away on January 19th of 1868. His funeral, which was held on January 30th, was declared a civic day of mourning in the city of Marquette. A bitter blizzard and a chilling cold wind ripped through the city of Marquette. But that didn't stop people from filling the St. Peter Cathedral to capacity and even standing outside all to pay their respects to the Snowshoe priest. Almost a century after his passing, in the year 1950, the Bishop Baraga Association was formed, looking to have him canonized as a saint. Soon after, they proposed the idea of building a shrine. Construction began in the 1960s, and it was designed by Jack Anderson. In 1972, the statue would be complete. In May, at the dedication ceremony, they would lower the statue onto the cloud and the support struts. However, an acetylene torch that was being used to cut away the polyethylene lining that covered the statue would ignite it. Soon, fire would engulf the sculpture, and repair work had to be done. However, it was finally placed there permanently in June of 1972. Bishop Baraga was a man who led a very hard life, and many asked him why he would brave the harsh winters of Michigan, travel hundreds of miles, all to attend to his flock. The following is a quote by him, a response to such a question.
I have few comforts here, oftentimes barely the necessities of life. What consolation, what grand reward, what unspeakable joy will it be for me on the day of judgment? Some, or hopefully all of these my good children may surround me and give me testimony before our final judge.
Bishop Baraga is a man that was loved by his entire flock. He had many achievements in his life, and he will forever be a part of Michigan's Upper Peninsula. His story is a story intertwined with the people of the North and the natives that have inhabited these lands for centuries. Bishop Baraga and all those who he touched in his life and beyond will never be forgotten. Snap.